Hey, good afternoon. Hope everybody's had a great Monday. This is probably the third or fourth time this month that I've been called in on a neighbor dispute. And, when you live and work outside of the big city or even inside the big city, you have to live with your fellow human beings. And one thing that's good and bad about neighbors is they're not like family. But there's this old saying, we've all heard it, love thy neighbor as thyself. And there's a lot of truth to that, because these are people who don't generally go away. So being unneighborly, especially if there's a situation where you might have a real property dispute, the fence lines move over the course of a year, or ownership of real property changes hands, but somebody for the previous 20 or 30 years has been using this particular fence line, it's not a good idea to jump in, move the fence line, and start being unneighborly, using that land as you see fit, putting animals on it, using it to store debris or fill dirt, things of that nature. It's important to be on your best behavior. You are going to have to live next to your neighbor. Most of us don't move for 3 to 5 years. So that's a very unpleasant relationship to jump into. And it's going to add a lot of unnecessary stress and strain to yourself, to your life, to your quiet enjoyment of your home. And if you have some property rights that you need to stand up for, by all means do it. But don't do it in an overtly aggressive, and don't let that manifest in a negative way. Because remember, you want to be on the white horse if you're in the middle of one of those property disputes. You always want to be the person who has taken the higher road, because that's going to garner you more respect if that does turn into a fight before one of the courts in the county in which you live. And more importantly, it's going to make you look better in your own mind to that person you see in the mirror, as well as to the potential juror or judge who might ultimately decide your case. Have a great afternoon. Hope this has been some help.